You know, Mary-Kate is in the position where she could afford to buy a new luxury bag probably every day. So I would say this logo was super iconic in the 2010s. I wonder if they'll ever discontinue the boy bag because I think it's been around long enough for them to keep it actually. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I did a video a few videos back about 2010s fashions and how it's reported that 2010s trends are coming back, and I've noticed this a little bit with the trickling in of these giant platform shoes that I remember back in the day I was obsessed with. Jeffrey Campbell's, guys, let me know if you were too. When I looked at the recent Gucci runway, they were wearing these massive platforms, which, oh my gosh, that looks incredible. But yes, I haven't seen that trend come back in quite some time. Let me know, guys, what were your favorite bags from the 2010s, because I feel like it was a real golden age for luxury bags as well. Yeah, we had the whole Y2K trend like last year. I really feel like maybe we're moving on to the 2010s now, but yeah, like the 2000s and the 2010s up until like 2020, I feel like that was literally the golden age of like luxury designer handbags and the it bags. And I don't know what the next 10 years is going to look like and whether we're going to see a lot of new classics come out or what, but it's just interesting to look back anyways. So I asked you guys on my Instagram, what were your favorite 2010s bags? One of you guys said that you loved the Prada Fairy collection, which I wasn't that familiar with myself, but it's interesting to discover, I guess, things from the past. And I do vaguely remember this being a popular thing. Another one of you mentioned a Dior seasonal bag, which I wasn't familiar with either, called the Dior Le Trente bag. I imagine this wouldn't hold value on the pre-love market, and in a way it kind of reminds me of like the trends right now. Like if you think of the Loewe Squeeze bag or Flamenco or even the Chanel 22, they both have that like scrunchy look to them. So the Dior Le Trente is like, I guess, a style that could be coming back in fashion if you think about the silhouettes that are cool at the moment. The reason why a lot of these bags became popular is because they were spotted on people like Hilary Duff, Nicole Richie, Mary-Kate Olsen, Ashley, J-Lo, you know, all those big celebrities. And I don't know if celebrity influence is still as effective. I would say it is actually. I think that especially with like K-pop stars, like, yeah, usually when brands gift designer bags to celebrities and they're seen in it, especially even like, you know, royalty, like Princess Mary or whoever is seen wearing a bag, it makes it go viral. I mean, if you even think of like the Lady Dior on Princess Diana, she's the one who made it an it bag, right? I'm blabbing on. Let's go to the first bag. Okay, so Balenciaga, as much as I hate talking about Balenciaga because they're kind of sick in the head at the moment, there's no denying that the city bag was a major trend of the 2010s. For example, Mary-Kate Olsen was seen with her trashed green Balenciaga city bag. Or was it motorcycle bag? City bag? I think it's the city bag. She wore this bag to death. It's green. She was seen with like ink on it and all that, and you know, Mary-Kate is in the position where she could afford to buy a new luxury bag probably every day, and yet she wore this bag to the ground. I also noticed that Nicole Richie had quite a few colors of this bag, and a lot of other celebrities were rocking the Balenciaga City bag, usually in the biggest, more slouchy styles. But I remember like maybe later on in like 2017, 2018, it became fashionable to wear the mini crossbody size. And I remember seeing a lot of YouTubers with the black one as well. It lends itself to be very usable because of sometimes it comes in like a goat skin, sometimes it's more of this like crumply leather. I've never owned this bag before, but I see the appeal of it, and I would still say the style of it with this whole like, you know, trend towards like really using your bags, like trashing them, having them all worn in, it's still something that you could bring out today and still look I guess quite fashionable. Next, Celine luggage, especially like the tricolor ones. I remember seeing a lot of celebrities with different iterations of the Celine luggage bag, usually in the bigger sizes. Although it's said that big bags are coming back, it really was a major thing in the early 2010s and probably in the 2000s as well. I always kind of wanted like a cool color one, like a pink one. I remember there was like fluoro ones at some stage. A lot, but it's definitely a bag that doesn't hold value on the pre-love market anymore, and it does look a little bit dated. I think because it became so popular and so iconic in a way, it really, I guess it got overplayed, right? And sometimes it's a problem with these bags that are really popular. They get overplayed and they lose their like luster or exclusivity. And this was during a time where Phoebe Philo was the creative director of Celine as well. But it seems like some of her new designs actually are starting to kick off, and you know, her new Phoebe Philo brand is really popular. Like, it seems like a lot of things are selling out as well, so I'm sure that some of her newer designs may go as viral as the Celine luggage, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally forgot to talk about Gucci bags. Like, what is wrong with me? Okay, so the Gucci Marmot obviously was iconic in the 2010s, like the late 2010s. Alessandra Michele coming into Gucci. So many celebrities were rocking the Marmot bag. And, you know, with the new Gucci fashion show, they are still rocking that Marmot logo, but in these more retro-looking, rounded shapes. So, yeah, I don't know. Although I feel like the Marmot is kind of like, yeah, it's kind of stuck in that 2010s era. They're still trying to modernize it and change it and evolve it into something else in 2024. Let me know, guys, are you done with Marmot, or are you thinking that it's going to be just a permanent classic now? And of course, there's the Dionysus bag, which I remember seeing a lot of celebrities wearing as well. There's Givenchy Antigona, and I saw a lot of celebrities back in the day rocking the bigger Givenchy Antigona, although the mini size is really nice as well. It's definitely a bag that I don't think is as trending anymore, but it's definitely, I feel like, Givenchy's best seller. And I like how it has a really thick, sturdy zipper to it as well. It's something that you don't always see in a lot of designer bags. And another Givenchy bag that I think was quite popular back in the day, but I think it could be now discontinued, I'm pretty sure. I don't really follow Givenchy, so I don't really know much about it, to be honest, but the Nightingale bag, I saw someone in real life wearing this bag the other day, and I'm like, I totally forgot about that bag, but I really do think that that whole like slouchy top handle shape is coming back in fashion as well. And although it did look a little bit dated, I would say, like a few years ago, I really feel like this vibe is coming back, like these like daily crumply bags. It does feature a little bit of logo on it as well, like the Givenchy logo. And I'm sure that this would be quite an affordable option on the pre-love market if you did want to revisit this 2010s trend. The Alexander Wang Rocky bag. Now, Alexander Wang bags, they haven't had a lot of like viral bags, to be honest, but I distinctly remember this bag because of its like really thick grained leather and the signature studs at the bottom. And also one of my friends had this bag and I thought it was really cool. And it was really fashionable back in the 2010s to wear like studded like denim jackets. I remember there was a trend to wear like denim jackets with studs here and like studded biker jackets, studded loafers. Like studs were really a huge thing. So this bag was pretty trending at the time and a lot of celebrities were seen wearing it as well. It wasn't as expensive as some of the other designer brands, and later on it actually became a really cool thing, I would say later on in the 2010s, to wear the Alexander Wang bum bag. This really started a trend for bum bags as well, which one of you guys mentioned, because although bum bags are very much associated with like the 80s, it was a really big thing in the late 2010s as well, of course, with the Louis Vuitton bum bag, and you know, a lot of brands started to do bum bags, and I think it really became popular among men and women. But the Alexander Wang one, I actually had one myself and it was a really cool bag. I remember seeing it on Kaya Gerber and I thought she looked amazing with it. Mulberry. Mulberry is another brand that I'm not that familiar with. I've never had a Mulberry bag, but a few of you guys mentioned the Alexa bag and the Bayswater bag, and stupidly I always assumed this was like the same bag, but I guess it's kind of like the Kelly and the Birkin. Some people just think it's the same bag, but so the difference between the Alexa and the Bayswater is the Bayswater has like a flap and it's a top handle, whereas the Alexa is more like a buckly satchel bag. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe the Alexa bag is named after Alexa Chung, who is, I guess, like someone a lot of people look up to for fashion sense, and you know, she still has a really strong presence in the fashion industry as well. She attends a lot of like fashion shows, and yeah, she's a celebrity in her own right, of course. And yeah, Mulberry created a bag inspired by her, and she was photographed wearing all different iterations of the Alexa bag back in the day, and a lot of other celebrities also had this style. And I've heard that it's a really practical bag, but the buckles can get quite annoying. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I've never owned a Mulberry bag myself. Now the Bayswater looks a little bit more elevated, I would say. I've actually seen the Bayswater talked about a lot on Living Life Loud with NJS's channel. So if you want to know more about that bag, I would go to his channel because I feel like he's like expert at this bag, but I don't know much about it. But I do know that it was a big bag of the 2010s, and it's, I guess, one of Mulberry's iconic bags as well. It has a similar Birkin vibe because of that like flap and like the little turn lock in the middle, but yeah, I mean, it's a much more affordable option if you like that kind of aesthetic, I suppose. Of course, I think Saint Laurent bags were really booming in the 2010s as well. When Eddie had his time at Saint Laurent, he designed a lot of it bags for Saint Laurent, including the Kate Tassel bag. The thing that was really signature of this Kate Tassel bag was, well, it came with a tassel or no tassel. You could choose the Kate bag in either iteration, but the tassel bag was really I guess a nod to Saint Laurent's like Moroccan heritage, Marrakesh, that whole vibe, and you didn't tend to see this kind of element on a lot of designer bags, which made it quite unique. And I remember seeing a lot of celebrities with the Kate bag, like with that signature YSL logo. Yeah, it's quite iconic, that YSL logo. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's why Saint Laurent also offers bags that don't have this logo. They have that more like Rive Gauche logo. I was never a fan of the YSL logo myself. I'm just like, think it's a little bit much, although I think I can admire it as a work of art in a way. Like, I think it's quite unique. It was a really popular logo to wear in the 2010s, and Saint Laurent, you know, released so many bags that adorned this logo, like smack bang in the middle, including like the college bag, the sunset, and still to this day, like the Lulu bag. And yeah, they just keep releasing bags with this logo. So I would say this logo was super iconic in the 2010s, and particularly with the Kate Tassel bag, which is a very structured clutch bag that I feel like it's kind of out of fashion now, to be honest, like the Kate Tassel. I mean, I'm not one to follow trends, guys. I'm not saying you should follow fashion, but it really does belong to that era, I feel like, the 2010s, which is totally fine because, yeah, I still wear 2010s fashion. I still wear early 2000s fashion. So, yeah, as I said, I'm not one to be in fashion, but I think when I think of this bag, I think of like 2015 kind of thing. Are you the same, guys? Let me know. And then, of course, the sac de jour. Now, I feel like this was a little bit more of a if you know, you know bag, because it had a very subtle small logo on it. And again, a lot of celebrities were seen wearing this bag, like Angelina Jolie. I think she has quite a few of these, and I'm not sure if she's like a YSL ambassador. She could be a Saint Laurent ambassador because she owns quite a few Saint Laurent bags. She probably is, to be honest. And yeah, I think even like Kate Moss was seen wearing the bag, a lot of celebrities. And these are celebrities that could most certainly rock a Birkin as well, but they still chose the Saint Laurent sac de jour. Next bag that I think was really huge is, Chanel bags, particularly the Chanel Boy. So the Chanel Boy was huge in the 2010s. I mean, lots of celebrities were seen wearing this bag. It looks a little bit like a book, and it did have a few versions. So when it was first released, it looked a little bit more like a book, and then they changed the logo. And yeah, I don't know if it's a bag that is as hyped up now. It's definitely still an iconic bag from Chanel, and it has lasted the test of time, unlike, I would say, bags like the Gabrielle, which got a little bit phased out. It's no longer an iconic bag from Chanel. It's not part of the like permanent collection. So the Gabrielle, I actually love the Gabrielle bag. I thought it was quite a unique design and something that you didn't see from any other designer house. It was quite innovative in the way that you style it with all the chains. The base of it was quite cool, and although when it was first released, it got critiqued quite a lot, it did gain a lot of popularity, and I did remember seeing a lot of celebrities wearing either the hobo style version or the backpack version, and particularly around 2017, 2018, this bag really boomed. But now I feel like it's a bag of the past and probably not as popular. And probably bags like the Chanel 19 and the Chanel 22 will have the same fate as the Gabrielle. But the boy bag, it was, I don't know, in a way it's a stronger design. I'm not sure why. I think a lot of more people have a soft spot for the boy bag, and it has for some reason more longevity than the Gabrielle. I wonder if they'll ever discontinue the boy bag because I think it's been around long enough for them to keep it actually. Finally, I wanted to talk about the Louis Vuitton Speedy. I remember seeing a lot of celebrities wearing the Speedy, particularly when they were traveling, when they were jet setting, and they loved wearing their monogram luggage as well. Now, Louis Vuitton monogram was super booming, particularly in the 2010s. I know that I remember watching so many people collecting the monogram, and although people still collect monogram to this day, I do notice that Louis Vuitton is focusing more on their leather pieces. Now, they are still releasing a lot of new bags in monogram, but I remember there was like a hyperfixation on particularly the Speedy in the 2010s. And although the Speedy is a classic bag, I always remember seeing celebrities wearing it, particularly when they were traveling. And yeah, I mean, I think the Speedy will continue to be a popular bag, but now I feel like it's kind of evolving. You know, Pharrell is releasing it in exotic leathers, in these smooshy leathers, and it's kind of turning into even more of an iconic bag now. I feel like they're trying to really make it as desirable as something like a Birkin, as expensive as a Birkin. So yeah, I think it's interesting how the Speedy was seen as more of like a usable, you know, day-to-day chuck around bag, and it's now been put on this like pedestal almost in modern day. Anyways, that's enough blabbing for now, but let me know, what were your favorite bags of the 2010s, and do you think that they're coming back in fashion or they're totally done for? Let me know, and I'll talk to you guys on my next one. Bye!